You'd better be safe. You'd better not die. You'd better be careful. I'll tell you why. 'Cause you have said your wife that you're at work. To tell the truth, I think once to sing this song being near the front line, not right in those hole in the earth, but in some near place where we do repair armored vehicles. We evacuate them when they are in some way damaged, injured, and cannot go on by their own crawlers. We evacuate them, and then I want to sing this song right near the front lines defending Ukraine. You'd better be safe. You'd better not die. You'd better be careful. I'll tell you why. That you have said your wife. Your dear wife, the wife of the defender of the free Ukraine and all the free world. Yes. That you're at work. Basically, this is probably the better work in all the world. At least at the 36th year of my life, I truly can imagine the better path, the better way of living than the work of a warrior. The work of a warrior 24/7. And I think that this format of video recording during I go somewhere into my car, which has been given to me as a gift by the volunteers, by the good Ukrainophile hearts from all around the globe, and just from the beneficiary jar from which I bought this car. Right, this one has been given to me at home as a gift. We just repair it with the money of the volunteers. We buy the gasoline for it. In general, we make its maintenance. We do its maintenance just by our own money, and by the money we are able to gather in some various projects, and from the volunteers, as I've just said, by all the people from around the globe. And only among the places of my working I have a relatively free minutes, so I can record the videos, because in the rest of the time I do work. We have a lot of working now, doing I'm at the command of a unit of 10 people, doing the maintenance, technical maintenance and repairment of armored vehicles. Nowadays, being the part of a fighting unit K2, 54th Mechanized Brigade, we have continuous working, helping our assaulters, our infantry, our so-called pedestrians, to protect Ukraine from the Russian large-scale invasion. And lately in the evening, when I do finish working, I sincerely have no energy at all for recording some videos in English, in Italian, because truly such videos ask by me an additional energy brain to express as better as I can in English and in Italian language, trying to basically have as large audience as possible, gathering all the Ukrainian fields from various countries speaking Italian. That is obviously first of all and mostly uniquely the Italy, and speaking English, and this is much more vast public. So, trying to evolve the first Ukrainian YouTube channel about the repairing of fighting vehicles, I arrived to think that basically the English and Italian public viewers, visitors of this channel, my viewers, being this channel actually the one actor theater, and it's me, that actor is me. That actor, warrior, formerly the chief master of repairing of fighting vehicles, and now, as I've already said, the commander of a unit of 10 repairmen. So I arrived to think that it isn't interesting to narrate to the English listeners about the Ukrainian fighting vehicles, at least of that kind of fighting vehicles I work with, because nowadays I mostly and almost exclusively work with the legacy of USSR in that part of military science and equipment. It is the BMPs, the infantry fighting vehicles, such as BMP-1, BMP-2, and their various modifications, the various vehicles for evacuation, repairman in the fields, yes, the so-called workshops of the crawlers. So it's tanks like T-64 and its modification, T-62 and its modifications, and just the T-80s and their new modifications, which Ukraine hadn't got before the February 2022, and caught some their amount after the large-scale invasion of Russia, and nowadays we use them against them. Exactly. Personally, I almost not work with NATO's format armored vehicles like M113, Paladins, etc., etc., etc. There is a lot of most various reasons for that, but in the way or another, I do not work with them. Neither I did it since the February 2022, when I went to the Ukrainian Armed Forces as a volunteer, and till today we have the 1st of April, May 2024. Yes, today first of all, US. And what is interesting to you to listen to me too? I suppose it's actually all the other aspects of my own war, of my own protecting the Ukraine, of my own experience, which I had, probably how I do evolve into the Ukrainian forces, how I evolve into my motivation and working, especially considering that I have some kind of unusual right hand. Yes. You probably think, hey man, how do you work? How do you repair the old school iron? Struggling to take the grip of the wrenches. Yes, please write down in the video into the comments. Most probably about my motivation, the reasons I didn't leave Ukraine in the first days, weeks or months of Russian large-scale invasion. Like some, to tell the truth, a good bunch of Ukrainian citizens which nowadays stay in Europe. First of all, the European Union and other countries. Again, US, Australia, Canada, Israel, etc. Alright. Right now, just at the beginning of the video today, I have realized most probably the only possible format to make a content just for you, to narrate to you about myself, my past, my present, and my view of my future in the context of the Ukrainian reality, in the reality of defending Ukraine, the Europe, and all the free world, right here on the Ukraine. I do work on the Ukrainian East, so-called Donbass, not so far from cities like Bakhmut, Avdiivka, and some other cities, basically today burned at the soil by Russians. So I have realized the only relatively free time I can dedicate to this kind of videos is while I go somewhere into the car, maintain it with your money. So please write me under the video the answers to what questions you would like to hear from me, and I'll do my best to answer to them as soon as possible, riding one of my two cars among my places of working. Thank you for your help, thank you for your support, thank you for investing in the Ukraine, especially in the Ukrainian armed forces. I am happy to have an honor to protect Ukraine. In the combat unit K2, the link to its official YouTube channel you'll find right in the first lines in the description of this video. I hardly invite you to subscribe to it and to see personally with your own eyes how do our assaulters work, and to understand and to remember that me and my comrades we do the maintenance and the repairment of basically all the vehicles. I do work with the armored heavy crawlers, tanks, etc., but K2 work a lot on the wheeled vehicles like trucks, pickups, quadricycles, I don't know, some baggies, snow riders in the winter, yes, etc. And all the vehicles go on protect Ukraine and may go for the Russians, or Russian invaders, the good Russians, the truly good Russians, in the only possible way of doing it. So I go on doing my work, waiting for your questions under the video. I wish you all the best. Thank you from all my heart for your support. Be strong, be persistent, and be sure that we work, we fight, and we win together with you. A medal.